Hello, welcome to Low Budget Entertainment. I'm Bubba.
And I'm Andrew, and today we're going to be talking about the movie It. Alright, welcome back. Sorry for the scare, everyone. I hope your pants are not filled with shit.
I hope they are.
We're talking about It, 2017 film. I never looked up the director. Let me do that right now because I think he deserves proper credentials.
I hope it's a girl and I can call you sexist.
It's not. I know for a fact it's not.
Damn it.
This is making for very fun. Andy Muschietti.
That could be a girl.
I'm going to look up and see if it's a man.
It's probably
It's a man. Okay.
It's a man. Darn.
You're sexist.
You're a sexist.
No, because... Okay,
for not
anyway.
knowing it, because it was a guy.
Directed by, not Stephen King, Andy Muschietti. Written probably by Andy Muschietti, but
based off
adapted by a book by Stephen King.
Yeah.
So... Bubba, what'd you think about it?
I mean, other than the lack of underage gangbanging, it was great. If there would have been that, it would have been worse. I'm not a perv, guys.
I don't believe him.
Okay. Whatever. On to the actual content of the movie.
Let's start with the actors.
The actors.
Well, hang on. Let me tell everyone what It is about.
Oh, that's a good idea, Andrew.
Yeah. So It is about a small town in Maine called Derry, but spelled with an E instead of AI because we don't want it to be about milk. So Derry is a town that's been cursed for generations. We don't really know how or why. But this time, there's a killer clown that's a shape-shifting alien from outer space. He's going around and torturing children by eating them, and he's scaring them. Not in that order, sometimes. I don't know. I don't know what he does in his private time.
Feeds on their fear.
Yeah, but this time, he's found some kids that aren't afraid to die or something. Now let's move on to the actors.
You'll float, too. So, my favorite actor, or I guess actress in this one, was the girl, what was her name?
Her name is Beverly, you sexist pig. Make me sick.
Listen, I'm sorry. I don't remember any of the names.
It's not
that
what are the characters' names?
I just said I don't. There's the stutterer.
Okay.
That's
his name.
Georgie. I know Georgie. Because he was in it for like 5 minutes. There's the fat kid, the black kid, the Jewish kid.
I don't know the Jewish kid's
The
name.
kid who broke his arm. That's what I knew him as for the second half of the movie. And the kid who liked to swear a lot.
Yes. His name was Richie.
Oh, yeah, that's one everybody likes.
Yeah, he's
Richie.
Good.
Anyways.
The clown is played by Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, he was scary. Not as scary as our clown.
Yeah, honestly, probably not. But he did he had some very big clown shoes to fill in after the short made-for-TV movie played by the clown in that movie was played by Tim Curry.
He didn't.
No, he really didn't. That made-for-TV movie sucked ass.
Yes, it.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. First half's not terrible, but it's also not good.
So anyways, other actors that we liked, the Bev. Yes. She was really good.
Yeah.
She had a cool kind of like. I know she was only 13, but she had like the kick-ass older kid of the group, even though they're all the same age.
She felt older. She didn't deal with anybody's shit. I also really liked.
We know the reason for that now.
Yeah. I really liked Finn Wolfhard as Richie. He was in Stranger Things as Mike, and he was the shining star of all the kids to me. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
He can outact any of them as far as I'm concerned.
They're all good though.
Yeah.
There wasn't one of them where I was like, this actor is hurting the total performance of this movie.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do in a movie that's all about kids.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a single adult main character besides the clown.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Do you want to move on to pros? Because we don't know the actors' names.
And I mean, they're all
just sitting here.
All the actors are. I kind of view them in a group other than Reggie. Because, I mean, like... The Bill kid's done... That's appropriate that you stuttered as we talked about Bill. But he stood out a little bit, but I mean, it's hard to not make the main character...
I mean, the standouts were definitely Bill, Bev and Richie. But the fat kid also had a lot to do, and the black kid also had a lot to do. I'd really say the only kid that didn't have much use was the Jewish kid.
Yeah.
But he had one of the coolest, like,
and the kid that you just forgot, the broken arm one.
Oh, he was my favorite.
What?
Yeah, I forgot about him. He was great. He did a really good job. And his mom was disgusting.
He was my favorite, and I forgot about him. Don't really go in the same sentence.
Oh, he was good, though. I just remembered that he existed.
Because there's so much good in this movie.
Yeah.
So, on to the main pros.
Yeah.
Some of the sequences, they were scary to me. I get scared easily, and I watched it in a setting where there was, like, 6 people in an empty movie theater at like midnight.
Yeah.
And so I was more inept to feel scared. I hope, at least that's what I tell myself, to not be ashamed.
I didn't get scared.
See, I did. Like, there was a couple scenes where the anticipation, and they do a really good job. They do a really good job of, like, making the anticipation scarier than the jump. But, like, the garage scene.
That was the highlight for me of the scares.
Yeah, and I mean, the first half of the movie was scarier when he was kind of confronting all of the kids at first. Then the second half of the movie, where it feels more like a we're gonna fight this thing.
Yeah.
It more of an adventure in the second half. But no, I thought some of those sequences were done a lot better than any other horror movie that I've seen in the last year.
Absolutely.
And what puts this over the top is the best horror movie since The Conjuring. Okay, now you're just being creepy. Is that it's a good movie without the horror sequences. It's just a good movie.
Because you take out all the scary elements, and you've got Stand By Me.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a movie, I don't know. That's really the only 2 movies I think.
No, I know. But like, the story is solid. The acting is good. It's another pro. I mean, it's a good movie even without the scary sequences.
They found a way for you to attach to every single character better than, and I mean, like I just said, I forgot half of them. Mm-hmm. So, but you found a way the movie found a way for you to care about all these kids. You didn't want any of them to die, more so than any horror movie I've seen in recent years. I mean, you can't, like, the movies do the whole, oh, she's pregnant, I don't want her to die, but, like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
This movie, they're all just, I mean, some of them are asshole kids that you're like, normally I'd be like, man, I wish that kid would get hit by a bus, but this movie, you care about them.
And you know what you just said, I realized we forgot one character that I mean, obviously I don't like him, but did really good.
The serial killer
bully.
Yeah.
That guy,
Henry Bowers.
He gave a good performance.
He's only like 15 or 17 or something.
He was scary.
Yeah, I think he personally scarier than the clown.
Great villain. Well, because you can't relate to a shapeshifter clown killing you. You can relate to a crazy 17-year-old hillbilly who cuts his initials into people for fun.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That was fucked up.
Another pro. They weren't afraid to hurt kids, and I know that sounds awful, but a lot of movies, they don't want to step on toes or have bad visuals.
In this movie,
and I'm not going to name any specifics because if you haven't seen this, they set a tone, and I don't want to ruin that, but they're not afraid to hurt the kids, and that's cool.
Most movies are afraid to step on toes. This movie's like, I will cut your toes off.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like.
Not only that, but it found a way for you to have more than, like, it's marketed as the clown, and I was kind of worried about that because I've never been scared by clowns. I think clowns are funny and cute. Not you. Not everyone except for you. You're hideous.
That's just mean.
Yeah. Not even without the makeup too, you bastard. I'm just kidding. Hunter, you're fine.
Oh god.
But so I was kind of concerned that it would be an all clown movie, but they found a way to have monsters you didn't recognize. Like in the book, I know there's like the Wolfman and the Mummy,
the Layman.
Yeah, and so it found a way to introduce like the painting, that was the fear of the Jewish kid. Mm-hmm. That was terrifying. Like I'd watch a movie where that's the monster.
Yeah, no, seriously, and that's what
the curved
such a good job.
Flute playing lady, and that was terrifying. And the leper, the one that went after the broken arm kid whose name was just
I don't know. I don't know names.
I know you don't.
But guy.
Yeah, I mean, it found a way to perfectly blend like an emotional kid's like overcoming adversity, becoming an adult,
with a
childhood
monster
friend
movie.
that has a monster that will eat your face off.
Yeah, and that perfectly. Not that we're summing up the review, but that about perfectly sums up the pros at least.
Yeah.
Cons, I was just trying to think of some.
I don't think it's as perfect as...
It's not perfect, and I know I need to watch it again.
The more you think about it, the more you come up with things that aren't
perfect.
Yeah, like just some like logical errors, I think. Like, I don't know, like if you're appearing as the kid's worst fear first, if you're a creepy alien shapeshifter, I'm going to appear as your worst nightmare, but then after that I'm just going to appear as a creepy looking clown. Like, I would start as the clown and then turn into a monster.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, oh, look at that creepy clown. Oh my gosh, it's my
in this
adaptation,
maybe the clown... No, never mind. The clown wouldn't just be his normal...
normal, like, state of physicality.
It's just... It is indeed weird.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not like it works for the movie.
It works, and it makes for it's just a cool concept, and you like seeing it visually. But you're right. I mean, it is a whole.
I would also say, like, when the kids finally want to fight against him, it doesn't explain like well enough that they're not really able to kick a clown's ass. They're just able to do it because they're not afraid anymore. Which I thought it could have been hammered home a little bit better.
Yeah, and I agree with that too. Again, a scene I didn't like love.
Okay.
And that's it. You know, you have a good movie when we're into cons, and I'm just trying to find a scene.
Here's a scene I don't absolutely adore.
I have another con, but the Bev. Or another pro, but the Bev scene where he's lifting her up and she is floating, but not all the way because she's not that afraid.
Right.
But he's still doing it. I mean, I get why there was a purpose there, and they're trying to explain something.
Mm-hmm.
I just visually, it wasn't cringy, but it was almost cringy.
What about when he kisses Bev to wake her up? That made me. I was like, come on.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was really cringy.
Yeah. Which isn't a spoiler because that's in every movie ever made.
Another. I mean,
I know what we're talking about.
If I'm going pro, I mean, it was so uncomfortable, but that's because it was meant to be uncomfortable. Yeah. The scenes with Bev and her dad.
I'm surprised that's something that a modern day blockbuster that they knew was going to make a shit ton of money.
They went for.
They got away with it, and like they went. For it.
I mean, I'm not trying to get all like overarching themes, but I mean, if that ever helps somebody going through that say, "Oh, I could fight back," like seeing it happen, and seeing it play out.
Yeah.
That's all for the good. But then you also got to think, do they even get to the part where she fights back if you've been through that and you're watching this scene where he's treating her like that? Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's gross. I didn't want to think about that. I know it was like implied in the TV movie. I'm sure Stephen King wrote a very graphic sex scenes because that's just who he is. He's a coke-fueled sex pervert
who writes great stories.
He's a fucking genius. But there are a few few cons with the movie, and I'm sure
you could actually. What I said, you could write that as a con too. Yeah. The pro and con of those super uncomfortable scenes.
Do you want to do ratings, or do you even want to talk about spoilers? Because I don't know if there's much to spoil.
Yeah, there's not much.
There's one thing. Let's do ratings, and then we'll tack it on the end.
So my rating, I'll start us off today. I'm going 9.1, and I mean this, like all of our. Not instant reactions, but in the grand scheme of movies, this is an instant reaction, whether it's a week after we saw it or a month after we saw it. It could change with time. I mean, because it could change with time, but I mean, this, like I said, is the best scary movie I've seen in years, and it's not even close. Like, the only other ones that challenge it are from like 12 or 13 when we're back in like. If you've ever seen Sinister, and I know everybody's seen Sinister. Sinister's a really scary movie.
I've been told.
It's a mystery scary movie. Put it on your watch list next October.
Okay.
And then The Conjuring blew up, obviously, and I think it rightfully did. I liked the movie. But I think this even probably beats those. I don't know the last scary movie I liked more than it.
Well, I'm going to give it an 8.9. And like, similar to Bubba, it could go up. Because I don't think I'll see myself getting lower than that. But the experience I had watching this movie was the worst movie-going experience I've ever had. There was a drunk guy sitting right in front of me who talked the entire time, like as loud as I'm talking right now. I told him to shut up a couple times, and then I went and got theater to come tell him to shut up, and he just wouldn't. So, thanks, Bubba.
I tried.
But I will say, this year in general has been good for the horror movies. Mm-hmm. More like thrillers, because I wouldn't even say this is a horror movie. I would say it's a...
You're right. Yeah,
it's a scary thriller.
It's gonna go down in the books as a horror movie.
Yeah. Oh,
but
people can't differentiate between
horror and thriller. Because I mean, Get Out was called like a horror movie. That was a thriller.
A Cure for Wellness, Split, and this. And I haven't seen Annabelle Creation, and I'm not going to because it looks terrible. I haven't seen the first Annabelle, so I heard that was terrible too. Okay.
I actually heard Annabelle Creation's good.
Well,
I'll let you know when Bubba's bullshit next month.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Good.
Hunter, what did you think about it? What would you give it? Don't take it out. It's such a gross noise.
Take it out.
No.
Take it out. Take it out. Take it out.
Okay. Oh, you're talking to him. Oh my god.
9.3 balloons.
How do you have 0.3 balloons?
Oh. One popped.
One pop,
okay.
definitely.
Well, thank you for watching. We love you guys. Go watch some more low budget entertainment, and you'll float too.
I thought you forgot her name.